Welcome to Tap In Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Today's a little different. We're doing something a little different today. I was in that zone. It was a late day working, and I had things to do to prepare for something that I'm getting ready to do tomorrow that I'm super excited about. And I'll share more about that later on in the week, perhaps, or even next week, as you know, you got to let things manifest, and happen. And so I was thinking this afternoon, this evening, I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and not do the show today. I'm like, people probably got stuff to do. So it's cool. They're not going to, be concerned with whether I went live or I didn't go live. So I said, I'll just cancel the show for today. Plus, I'm not feeling the best. And I was cooking dinner for my family. And then it dawned on me. I said, no, I need to be consistent. Consistency is what makes me stand out from other people. Not just in the podcast world, but just other people in general. And I'm like, what road are you on today, TT? And every day, I have to say, I travel the road to consistency. Now, do I always want to be on that road? No, not at all. Do I feel like I want to be consistent with things every day? No, not all the time. But then I thought about it. I said, how often do we enter a season where we're like, yo, I'm not feeling like going and doing this. I don't feel like having to give that to people of myself. And then we just like, I ain't gonna do it. The posture sometimes will take, who gonna check people, right? That's that mindset sometimes we get. But as you get older and you realize what matters and what really doesn't matter, although we think a lot of things matter that really don't matter, you come to that posture of saying, am I being consistent? And only you can really answer that question to yourself, honestly. You can't worry about what other people think. You can't, because you'll worry yourself to death. And when you think about it, some people might not even know what it means to be consistent, because some people might say, hey, I am consistent. I mean, I'm being consistent in what I'm doing. But are you? In order to know if you are, you got to know what it means. What does the word consistency mean? Now, there's no one in here right now, and there may not be anybody, because I didn't promote tonight. Normally when I have a show, I promote and I get everything going. But today was a little bit different. I sent out the alerts at the 19th hour. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to send it out and let people know. But I'm like, oh, I might catch one or two people. And that's cool. It's all good. There's a lot going on for Tap In Tuesday. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go on and give the answer because maybe somebody young, seasoned, don't really know if they're being consistent about that thing that they said that they are dedicated to doing. Consistency means you are conforming. You are taking the necessary steps to do what you know you need to do on a regular basis, in my opinion. But let's just go on and break it down. Because you might say, TT, that's your opinion. Okay, let me get a dictionary and let me look it up. Because that's what I look at it like. But let me go to the dictionary. Okay. What does it mean to be consistent? Consistency. The quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way or of always happening in a similar way. Here's an example. Consistency is carrying out something the same way or something in the same way, right? Painting a wall to achieve the same color and look overall. So if I want to lose weight, here's one a lot of us can relate to. I'm thinking I want to safely say we can relate to this. If I want to lose weight and I go to the gym today, which is Tuesday, I can't not go to the gym tomorrow, or maybe I skip tomorrow and go the day after or the rest of the week and expect. No, that's not being consistent. And how would I honestly expect to see any changes when I'm not doing anything to make the change on a consistent basis? And when I'm thinking about like even podcasting, I love podcasting. I love sharing my platform. I don't know if you know, but I have the Top of the Morning show that you can hear every morning, Monday through Friday, that is. I give you a break on Saturday and Sunday, but Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., you can check out the Top of the Morning show on iHeartRadio podcast or Spotify podcasts, right? And I talk about all kind of things. This week, we've been really tuning in. Like today's episode was heavy for those of us that have adult children. Some people might have been like, wow, that makes sense, or had to have a reality check with themselves, and or maybe never even thought about some of the things they've said to their adult child and said, wow, I never think that they may think like that or feel like that. But it was things you should never say to your adult child or children. So this week I'm talking all about relationships, and I'm gonna tell you what episode y'all gonna really, 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 baby, wanna listen to this week, and I'm gonna show you how I was consistent. On Thursday, I talk about soul ties, the different type of soul ties, because I'm gonna have 4 touch points, 4 different type of soul ties, and it got so good that I decided I was going to share not only to talk about the soul ties on Thursday, but to also break it down on Friday. So when you listen to the Top of the Morning show on iHeartRadio or Spotify on Thursday, you're going to hear me talking about soul ties. And I got data to back it up and support it. It got so good, y'all, that on Friday, I came back with how to disconnect from unhealthy soul ties. Because I don't know if you know, but there are healthy and unhealthy soul ties. So I was being consistent. Thursday and Friday. Friday had to happen because of what happened on Thursday. Now, I could have waited until the following week to talk about how to break unhealthy soul ties. But guess what? For the man or woman, the young person that was listening on Thursday, they may say, yeah, you know what? This was good. Oh, yeah, I can't wait till Monday or next Thursday. If she's doing it on another Thursday, Thankful Thursday, then I'm going to go ahead and listen. But then life happens. We get busy. We forget. Schedules change. We know how that go. It happens to the best of us and the worst of us. So I said, let me be consistent, Lord. I followed up Thursday's show with Friday's show. And when I tell you that thing is good because you're not ready. And it's not just for married people. It's for people in relationships, period. It could be the soul tie you have with a friend, a coworker, a classmate, a relative, your spouse, of course, significant other, baby mama, baby daddy, girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance. Hey, the list goes on and on with your parent. It can be all kind, but you got to check out the show Thursday. But I brought that up to say we're consistent about what we want to be consistent about. And sometimes we look at life and we're thinking like, okay, am I on the right pathway? We're not going to always want to get up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and get the ball rolling. We're not going to always feel motivated. If I was to sit here and tell you, yeah, oh yeah, I mean, I'm always motivated to do this. I'm always motivated. No, it takes work. Anything that you're doing that has substance, that has power to help encourage, change, or motivate somebody else, it takes consistency. It takes dedication. And it's not easy. It's not easy. We're growing every single day. Every single day we're growing. We're trying to learn how to do things differently. We're not perfect people by any means. Not at all. We're growing every single day. Which brings me to this commercial promoting the book that I have been lucky and blessed to be a contributing author to, which is called Minding My Own Healing. Shout out to one of TT from the D podcast official sponsors, Melanie Smiles. She is the author of Minding My Own Healing. And we were blessed, I, along with two other amazing women, were blessed to be able to contribute. So sit back and take a listen.
We never perceive brokenness or a bad thing as good until later when we see the good things that can come from the bad thing. Sometimes the bad situations that happen in our lives can put us on the right path to the best thing that will happen to us and position us for healing. As I was minding my own healing, I learned that healing is a personal journey of becoming whole or healthy again that involves a process of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual experiences. Healing doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring the pain. It's when the pain no longer controls you. When you can detach from what has been inflicted and only take the lessons with you. Some say time heals all wounds. That's not true. Time alone does not heal you. You heal you. God has already given us his healing power and placed it on the inside of every believer. It's up to us to access it and activate it. My prayer is that the words, scriptures, information, and testimonies of the contributing authors poured into this book will inspire, encourage, motivate you to navigate through your healing journey. It's never too late to heal. It's never too late to start minding your own healing. The pain and hurt may not have been your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. My proverb is, hurt people hurt other people, but healed people heal others. My name is Melanie Smiles, and I'm the author of the book Minding My Own Healing, and you can get your copy and start minding your own healing at www.melaniesmiles.com. It's also available on Amazon, at Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and other media platforms.
Now, that book is amazing. I'm not just saying it because I'm one of the contributing authors. I'm saying it because I've read it. I'm not the only one that was blessed to be able to add a chapter. So I'm looking like, wow, we need to add tools to our mental toolboxes. When I ask that question, are you being consistent? Consistency. A lot of the times we're not ready to be consistent. We have these great ideas, these big ideas. We discover or stumble upon the fact that we're good at something, and we say, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go down that road, and then you realize, like, I don't have the time, I don't have the dedication. You feel drained, and then you feel like, that ain't my thing. That I don't feel like doing that. A lot of times, you're not gonna feel like doing many things that you need to do. I'm sure every day that you go to work, you don't feel like going, but you consistent. I'm sure every day you don't feel like cooking. If you cooking for yourself, cooking for you and your significant other, cooking for you and your child, you and your children, you and your family, you might not feel like doing that every single day, and that's fine. Because guess what? You have the right to not feel like doing something. It's when we start to feel obligated. That's when it becomes a job. That's when we start to pick it apart, the thing that we know we should be doing, we could be doing, but we don't feel like doing. For whatever the reasons are. You don't necessarily have to have a reason, and don't have to be anything that's going to make people say, oh, here we go. No, you could simply say, you know what, it's been a long day, or I just don't want to. And you got the right to do that. But what about when people depend on you? You don't feel like carpooling, but what about the people who depend on you giving them a ride? What do? You don't feel like participating in something that takes a group effort, but you do it anyway because you're consistent about showing up and showing support, but you just ain't motivated. It happens to the best of us, y'all. We're not going to be motivated every day. We're not going to be consistent every day, but I'm going to say this. Work on it. If it's something you desire, something you really want to do, something you're passionate about, learn to be consistent. Trust the process. The process is not always easy. I got to say that. It's not. It's not at all. I've seen so many people in the last year that I didn't even realize watch my show or listen to my show. The one that is aired, because I have two versions of my podcast. I have the audio version, like I said a little while ago. You can listen to Monday through Friday on Spotify or Anchor.fm. I believe I'm still on Amazon Music, but I know for sure I'm on iHeartRadio and Amazon. I'm sorry. I digress. I know for sure I'm on Amazon. Yeah. Maybe I am. Hallelujah. Maybe I am still. But I know for a fact I'm on Spotify and I'm on iHeartRadio podcast. I do know that audio. You can listen Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Okay. Now, I do Tap In Tuesday on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And from time to time, I have guests, right? And you might be thinking like, oh, is this what your podcast, if you're a new viewer, if you just scrolled by because I shared it in some groups, you might say, so we don't get to see you or see, yeah, normally you do. You normally see my background, you see me and got all my little hats and whatever. I got my guest if I have a guest. Yeah. But today, I didn't feel like doing my podcast. I don't feel well. I feel lightheaded. My body is aching me a little bit, but I still press through. And yes, I was not gonna do my show. And would you have cared? No. Right now, I'm the only one here. And some people might say, girl, ain't nobody even on here right now. Why do you care? Because I know that somebody will look. Somebody needs to be reminded. Somebody needs to hear that word consistency. We say it a lot, but are we acting it out? And do you know it's okay when you can't be consistent? You can't always show up, but you got to work at showing up when you do. You can't show up and then not show up. Like I showed up for Tap In Tuesday with the energy to the best of my ability, and I think I'm rocking it out. But I got things to do. I would rather be doing later than right now, because right now is my podcast time. And going back to what I was saying, that I noticed and I learned that there's people that watch the show, they listen to the show, right? And just saying, I shout out to Charlena. She's the latest person that told me that she was proud of me for being consistent. And I was like, wow, thank you. And so she was like, no, sis, I mean it. She was like, you know what? You show up consistently. whether, somebody's there or not. And that matters. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? The power of consistency. The power of consistency. So although I didn't feel like showing up tonight to do my show and I don't feel the best, I said, Lord, I got to be consistent. I'm not the only one that don't feel like doing things when we have schedules or we need to be somewhere. Sometimes I go places when I don't even feel like it. I try to support people to the best of my ability. Even when I don't feel well, a lot of people don't even know when I don't feel well. If you know me, you kind of know. You can kind of tell by my behavior. I'm quiet. I get whatever needs to get done, but I stay out the way. I'm not energetic. I'm not talking. I'm not all that. I ain't doing nothing. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to get out your way. I'm not going to hold you long, right? So today I said, if I cancel my show today because I ain't feeling well and I just don't feel like doing the show, it's cool. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's even going to say, dang, why you ain't do Tap In Tuesday? They're not going to say that. They might just, if they thought like, oh, she normally be on. Oh, maybe she didn't. Because y'all know I got many irons in the fire. As some would say, I'm a Jill of all trades. And so I do need to get prepared for an amazing opportunity tomorrow evening. But I'll do it after I'm done with my podcast. I said, I'm going to show up. I might have one person or two or 3, 4, 5 or none. But I said, you know what, Lord, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to show up even if nobody shows up. And I'm not even mad. I'm not even sad. I see, hey, Raisha. I don't know if you're still there, Queen. Hello. Thank you for pulling up on your girl. And she all the way from Atlanta, y'all. She in Atlanta. How's she pulling up? And that's a whole nother story. But guess what? Consistency. I tagged her and let her know, like I tagged many people and let them know, because I didn't promote anything. And I appreciate you, Queen, for showing up, even if it's for 5 seconds, 1 minute. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And for all the people that I won't see that'll come on later on tonight or check it out later tomorrow or something, I appreciate you. Hey, I know that's right, Queen. Boop, boop. That's Bible. That's Bible. Uh-huh. What did she say? She said, we have to show up as if a million people are there always. Yes. Yes, Queen. Thank you for that. I appreciate that love. Thank you. You are absolutely correct. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know. And let me say this. Sometimes I have a word or a message or a topic when I do my shows, whether it's the live stream or it's my top of the morning show. I've had so many people throughout the years say, man, I needed to hear your topic you did on so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And they be like, yeah, because of this or that. And I'd be like, dang. Because sometimes I get a topic and I'd be like, what? I just be obedient. I've learned to be the power of obedience. Because I've now, listen, let me be transparent. I ain't always been obedient. Like I said about consistency, I ain't always been obedient. Let's be clear. And I ain't always just did what I was supposed to do when I was told to do it. And I ain't so much talking from the perspective of a parent telling me, my mother telling me, but I'm talking about when God had told me to do some things. I ain't always been obedient. I ain't always been consistent. But there's something about just laying it down and just saying, I surrender. And I'm not talking about just surrender, like I give in, I quit. Hey, I've tried it my way. Let me go on and see what you want me to do. Consistency. Whatever it is that you're procrastinating with, sir, ma'am, boy, girl, king, queen, whatever you taking your time with, and you like, ain't nobody care if I ever start that business. Don't nobody care if I sow into my own dreams. Ain't nobody trying to support me. You don't know. I can't tell you how many times I've met people to say, I want to bless somebody with this or bless somebody with that. And I'm waiting on God to show them to me. And I'm like, dang. And or being consistent with whatever it is you're doing, You don't know how many rooms have your name floating through it because you're consistent with whatever it is you're doing. Let me say that. Oh, I don't want to get emotional, but I had a conversation with a amazing woman today, confirming something that I'm working on, that I'll be working on tomorrow. And she said something to me that resonated with me. And I was like, thank you, Queen. I received that. I won't say what she said. I won't say who said it. But this woman is in the industry, in the film industry, heavily. I admire her. I've worked with her several times in different capacities. And you talk about consistency. She's been consistent. Over the years, I've watched her grow, elevate. Where she stands, where she sits right now, baby, she earned that. She put in that work. Hands down, she put in the work. I watched her. I've kept up with her. She's not the only one. There's several people that I've watched be consistent. I'm gonna share this with you. Let me share this with you for those of you that are actors. Okay, this is a good nugget, and I got this. This is real. This is directly from this queen's mouth. So I don't know how many Tyler Perry fans I have out there, and I'm a Tyler Perry fan. I don't care what y'all say. I am. So I am friends with a young lady who is an amazing actress, and she does theater and she also does film. Obviously, she plays Victoria Franklin on Tyler Perry's TV show. All right. And so I had a conversation with her, and she said, and it just took me back to saying, oh, okay, consistency. She said when she left Michigan, she went to another state. I won't say where. She went to another state. She did her thing out there. She also has another hat she wears, and it's a career. I won't say what it is. And she was doing her thing with that consistently, right? She decided, yeah, it's too pricey. It's a lot going on. It's oversaturated, blah, 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 whatever else she was thinking. And she said, I'm going to pick up and relocate. At the time, not married, no children, all that, right? So she could do that. Chasing her dream, following her dream, being consistent, right? She ended up in Atlanta, doing her thug fizzle down in Atlanta, right? When you from the D, baby, the grind and grit is in us. So anyway, moving on. Shout out to all my people from the D. Woo, woo. Okay, anyway. So she said she was doing her thing down there. She picked up representation. She got picked up by an agency down there that reps her. And she was transparent. And hopefully one day I'll be able to get her on here and be able to share. She could share that from herself out of her own mouth. I'm just paraphrasing and sharing what she shared because it was motivating. She said, I was getting ready just to give up on the whole thing and say, you know what, I'm about to just do this other thing I do, this a career, and I'm tired. I'm just going to just give up. I'm just going to walk away for a while. And then she got a call that she was requested to do an audition for Tyler Perry. Okay. And you might be like, what? I'm like, yeah. And of course, she made it. She made it. She got casted. When I tell you we was pumped, Swift and I was so pumped because we're like somebody we know, somebody we work with, somebody that we know that's genuinely amazing, super dope, actually said, hey, I'm able to do, and I'm able to make things happen. But why? Because she was consistent. Consistency paid off for her. And when I tell you, it's like, and if you wonder, and it's The Oval. The TV show is The Oval. So that's Tyler Perry's special, The Oval. And it's a series. It's regular. It's been going on for a while, right? And then she did. Well, she got a roster. She guest starred. Now let me tell you this. She guest starred on Have and Have Nots, another Tyler Perry piece. Now, amazing. She also guest starred on Too Close to Home, another Tyler Perry piece. Y'all get the picture? Y'all see where I'm going? Consistency. She's been in theater over and over and over and over again. Right? A lot to name. She's done voiceover work. Right? She can hold a tune. But this queen is right here from Detroit. And I learned some things when I had that conversation with K-Ron, that her consistency paid off. It paid off. And it's been going strong ever since. I have several different people I know that have stayed dedicated and consistent. Now, do I decide and choose to just be consistent because of what other people do or have done and saying, hey, if it worked for them, it can work for me? I don't do it because of that, but I'm inspired because of that, if that makes sense. I do it because it's in me. God has given me so many different gifts and talents, and I enjoy using all of them. I love what I do. I stage manage. I act. I'm the assistant to different artists, producers, a lot. And I love everything I do because I'm consistent. Whatever it is that you are procrastinating with, stop procrastinating. Learn to be consistent. People are always watching, whether they're going to tell you or not. Radisha said, consistency is everything, even when it gets rough. Baby, you're talking good. Man, Radisha, let me tell you, I'm going to do a show next week because I got all my shows already lined up for this week. But next week, I think I'm going to do it on Monday, as a matter of fact. I'm going to talk about consistency a little bit, but I'm going to share on the Top of the Morning show piece Sarah Jake Roberts did. She's amazing. She's consistent. And it was motivating. It motivated me and reminded me on why I do what I do when I do it. Even when I don't want to do it. Like today, I didn't want to show up. I didn't feel like it. I said I didn't feel well. And you don't got to know things about me. You wouldn't even care. And that's okay. On to the next. But I understand the importance of being consistent. I know that it can pay off. It will pay off. Dedication. It goes hand in hand with consistency. And as Ray Isha said a few minutes ago, where is our post? She said, I think it's this one. Yeah. She said, we have to show up as if a million people are there always. Facts. You can't find no lie in that because that's facts. When people perform at concerts, whether they got a packed house, a sold out show, 5 people in the audience, you're supposed to give them your all, your best. You don't say, well, I'm going to do it because only 10 people showed up or I'm going to show all the way out because it's a sold out show. Show all the way out because it's 10 people. Show all the way out because it's sold out. Show all the way out if it's nobody present. Because guess what? You know who see you? God sees you. He sees you because you're being consistent, friend. He sees you. He knows that I can send the people. But what they going to do for you? What they going to do for you? Because they hit like or they hit share? What does that do for you? Some of us podcasters come and we go like a thief at night. We out. Like, oh, ain't nobody supporting what I'm doing. Ain't nobody looking. And I have to get it. It's hard sometimes because people are like, hey, I'm going to do this. I want to check you out. I want to do that. You're like, oh, okay, cool beans. And then you realize like they ain't never seen nor heard one of your episodes ever. And you like, why do you like it? Why do you thumbs up it? If you ask somebody to say, hey, do you mind sharing this for me? Now for me, somebody say, hey, do you mind sharing this for me? As long as it is not something that is going to be negatively impacting to people who follow or support me or disrespect like somebody, because I have young people that my analytics have taught me over the years. I have young and middle age and elderly people that listen and follow me. And so I have to be mindful about that. I'm not holier than thou. I'm not perfect. I don't have perfect people on my show. I talk about reality. I'm very transparent. You might catch me cussing from time to time. I ain't perfect. I like to drink my wine. I love a good lemon drop. Judge me. I don't care. Who are you to judge me? Because so many people do things that they hide, yet it's like you can't even be yourself because you're worried about what people are going to say. If I act like I didn't drink wine, now it may not be the setting for me to do so, but if somebody was to say, do you drink wine? I do. I love a great wine. No lie there. You can't find one. If you went to my social media, you'll see me doing a boomerang with a glass of wine or a lemon drop with my friends or my husband or something. That's okay. For me, I also know that when it's time for me to stop having libations, I'll stop having libations. Does that mean that I'm not blessed? I'm not saved? I don't know God? No, it does not mean that. But some of y'all will say different, and that's okay. Don't bother yourself with me. I understand that there are no perfect people in this world. I understand that we make conscious decisions and choices every single day. I make a conscious decision to be consistent. Even when I don't want to sometimes. Like today, I did not want to be consistent. I'm being honest. I didn't want to show up today. But guess what? I did. Now, you can't see me because I'm sitting here in my podcast room on my podcast couch, relaxed. I didn't have to throw on no makeup. I didn't have to fix my hair. I didn't have to change into my TT from the D podcast stuff. I don't feel good, but I said, you know what? I can still show up though. Because it's not about you seeing me. It's not. It's about you hearing me. Whether you touch and agree, that's another story. You may touch and agree, and you may not. That's okay. It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. What I will ask you to do for yourself is be consistent. Be consistent for whatever it is that you believe in. Stay the course. I know sometimes it gets hard. I know sometimes we feel defeated. I know sometimes we feel discouraged. I know sometimes we feel unsupported. I know. Oh, do I know? I know sometimes people will tell you they support you, they got you, and then they don't show up. Baby, I know. But it's okay. It's okay. All you need is that one opportunity, that one chance. You need that one person to see you. If you are an actor or an athlete or a negotiator, you could be an attorney. You might need somebody to see you in your form. You, whatever it is, you just need. If your job is what I need to do this. People don't know because they don't see me. Share content. They may get sick of you. I sent an apology to somebody. I shared the link that I was getting ready to go live. Somebody sent the mad face. And I don't even know if I know the person directly, like personally. I just inboxed them and said, I apologize. No disrespect intended. I can refrain from sending anything to them, to you. And it was out of all respect, like I humbly said that. Because I'm like, I don't want to ever offend anybody. I don't ever want to offend anybody. Right? That's not my job to be offensive. But I did learn something. Some people going to take the spirit of offense, even when you're not offending them. Because I think sometimes we don't know what to be offended by. The things we should be offended by, we're not offended by. Just like some of the things you're consistent about, you need to stop being consistent about and learn to be consistent about the things that's really going to help you grow and go that distance and be that person that you want to be. Well, that's all I got for y'all on this amazing Tap In Tuesday. I'm going to play some music, share that with y'all, and I'm going to get out y'all way. So let me see who I'm going to play. Let me see. I got a couple of videos that I want to share. I'm still full, y'all, on the Glow weekend I was in Myrtle Beach not long ago with Glow. And this photo right here, let me show y'all. No, that's my homegirl. That's Chanel. But that was our beach house that we were blessed to stay in. Amazing. We had the best time ever. This photo right here was peace. From left to right, you have Chanel, you have Cena, you have Charity, and then you have your girl TT from the D. When I tell you this photo was everything, this was piece on top of piece. When I tell you, it just seemed like we were standing on the ground and water was just coming. It's kind of like you just in it. But that was like peace. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Raisha. We had the best time. This was our last night too at the Glow Conference, which stands for Glorious Ladies of Worship. We spent the evening at the beach. Our beach house was up the street. We literally walked over and had morning prayer on the beach every morning after an amazing breakfast, right? And it was just women on a mission. We had a lot of first ladies there, leading ladies there. And this night, where you see this photo right here, we took our chairs and we sat down where we're kind of standing right now and just allowed the water to just come and felt our chairs shifting and sinking into the sand and the water got as high as, if you imagine sitting in your chair and then you know how your ankles, the water covering your feet and they cover your ankles, and the water got so high it was like right beneath my kneecap. Now y'all know I'm already short, so imagine that. But it was so peaceful. When I tell you, you heard quietness, yet you could hear the waves that weren't violent. And at one point, it looked like it was just rolling stairs of water. I had never experienced a level of peace like that for such an amount of time consistently. Consistency followed me every day while I was here at Glow, at this women's conference. Consistently, God showed up. You want to talk about being consistent? God showed up every night I was there consistently. Through people, and he made his presence known. Now, I know some of y'all gonna be like, girl, what? Yeah. Yeah. But you ain't gotta take my word for it. When you consistent and you seeking something, if you seek, you shall find. I promise you that. You gotta be consistent. So I'm going to I'm a D girl. I think I'm gonna play a video from my husband featuring a good friend of ours, Alita Henderson, and it's called Welcome to Detroit.
Welcome to Detroit. This be us, we up and tore from a different cloth. A nigga that can do anything that he wants, still puff, even if I have to piss in a cup. My life is glistening, sipping while I'm pimping. Player haters keep they distance, cause I'm different. Can't play a G, what separate me from the fake, I remain the same. Every season, the game that they kick is lame. Ridiculous, repetitious, you need somebody unpredictable that you can rely on. Surprise with a blindfold, fly the sky till we reach a different time zone. Invite your top models, you got them, then I'ma call up rock bottom to cop bottles. Detroit related, can't be duplicated. Holla, your favorite mobster staying high with a plate of lobster. Paying off coppers, it ain't no fake niggas hanging in my roster. Refrain from talking, remaining solid. Acknowledge the dollars, they don't want problems. The school of hard knocks is where I went to college. Fuck with a scholar that's brutally honest. Welcome to Detroit.
Welcome to the city where we're breaking all the rules. Nobody's fucking with us. Nobody. Hate on my city and you probably make the news. Nobody's fucking with us.
Welcome to the city where we don't play games. Stink pink gators and Cartier frames. Niggas flip cane, hit the strip club with a banger and quick to lick the Benjamin's reign. Welcome to the city of the late 5-0. It would take 3 hours to make it to your home, letting criminals go. All they want is cargo, undercover cops with the spirit of Alonzo. I'm no hoe, my city ain't either. We make profit, y'all be breaking even. Oh, let's go, there's no bobbing and weaving. Chalk in the flow is all that we believe in. The home of G's and carjackers. $40,000 strapped to their abdomen. Pop you first, then walk away mobbing. Acknowledge the dollars, they don't want problems. The school of hard knocks is where I went to college. Fuck with a scholar that's brutally honest.
Welcome to the city where we're breaking all the rules. Nobody's fucking with us. Hate on my city and you probably make the news. Nobody's fucking with us.
We ain't got nothing to hide, fuck pride. Welcome to the city where we'll shoot a nigga's ride just for looking in our eyes. Average street guys will beat up a Muslim and take his bean pies. Welcome to the city where we don't fake jack. Our daddies will max and listen to 8 tracks. Black Cadillacs, I ain't gonna lie. In the 80s where they looked up to YBI. The sky's the limit, we ain't no gimmicks. We the realest, we either rap about it or live it. The women get wicked, yeah they gonna shoot, that's within a millisecond. Turn us to a zoo if you sell the wolf ticket. Me and Big Proof used to listen to our records. Chillin' with the goons in a motorcycle jacket. 7 Mile, that's what I'm reppin'. Nigga, we would never disrespect it. Acknowledge the dollars, they don't want problems. The school of hard knocks is where I went to college. Fuck with a scholar that's brutally honest.
Welcome to the city where we're breaking all the rules. Nobody's fucking with us. Nobody. Hate on my city and you probably make the news. Nobody's fucking with us.
Welcome to Detroit. Welcome to Detroit. Welcome to Detroit. Welcome to Detroit. Welcome
Well, that's all we got for you. It's your girl TT from the Deep. We'll see you next Tuesday for Tap In Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. If you're pulling up after the show has ended, and remember, stay consistent in whatever it is that you do. Someone's always watching and they're waiting for you. Until next week, I'll see you soon.